So, another day with this little POV style videos that I'm attempting on accomplishing from now on. As I'm recording this video, I can say that I still haven't finished with day 45. So maybe, possibly, this is going to be day 46 for you guys, but I'm not entirely sure. But I can confidently say, the workflow wise, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge for me, because to kind of give you guys a little kind of breakdown as far as what goes on or what really happens on a normal editing process video wise, right? The raw footage that I get from my Sony camera, the one that I record the videos with and the one that I take the photos on, give or take, roughly takes about 4 minutes to export. Roughly around 4 minutes to export. And that I don't gotta worry about, any retouches. And what I mean by that is because mostly for this X4, since we got the 360 degree I think panoramic shot, I gotta go into its software and kind of clip by clip reframe all the footage that I'm taking. It's pretty easy because Insta has a nice editing process for that, but the problem is it's one process for exporting the raw footage. That takes about, just one clip alone takes roughly around a minute or 2 minutes, depending on the file size and the duration. And then after the fact, once I've exported it and done the reframing afterwards, it takes another minute, another 2 minutes maybe. So in all, again, since as I'm recording this video right now, I still don't know what the status is on my day 45 video because I'm still trying to edit it. But workflow wise, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge for me to maybe go ahead and accomplish the daily uploading goal that I had in mind. I'm definitely gonna be talking about that a little bit soon. But as far as with workflow wise, what I got going on, that's what I got going on so far right now. But I'll kind of get more into detail, or maybe even elaborate on that a little bit more in the future. Right now, again, we're back in my little backyard because in my work life, as I'm gonna call it, wasn't able to. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wasn't able to go out and take POV style videos. Again, like I stated, we're gonna have to rely on my backyard, as I'm gonna call it for this case. Again, my loyal companion following along, as he's probably gonna follow along with every single video moving forward, right? Again, not that I have an issue, but from time to time, and as you guys have probably saw already on day 45, he from time to time can make a little mess, but it doesn't matter, or I don't mind. We'll see what happens. So, okay, we're arriving to this little place where we already were yesterday, but as I was actually going back to the footage, I realized I forgot to capture this spot that we got right now. This little spot that we got right now, I forgot to capture it. So that's what we're gonna do for today. Again, I'm not so focused for the quantities of photos that are gonna be included with these POV style videos. Not yet, at least. I'm just more focused on the fact of, okay, I need to be creative with these videos, and more importantly, need to find creative photos to include in these videos, right? So I think we landed in our first spot. I think I've already talked about this spot yesterday, but again, I never got the chance to actually shoot it. So we're gonna go ahead, set up our cameras. Finally today I got my little small rig tripod with me. It's not the big Ulanzi one that I showed off in day 20 of my gear. It's a tiny one, a portable one that should serve us well for the day at least. So let me just get my camera out and we should see what happens. Alright, so we kind of got our setup here. I guess what I'm primarily gonna focus on now, since I got the tripod with me, at least for this video, is I'm gonna try to get that little nice dreamy effect like the one that I stated in last video, and which is the same one that we accomplished in the Great Falls Park series that we had, now that we got the tripod here. So again, primarily just focusing on the waterfall in this photo, nothing else or nothing more. I'm gonna see if I can try to get maybe some sort of a background or a little bit of the leaves here, because we're kind of at a low angle right now. So I kind of have my shutter speed right now at, I'm gonna set it at maybe 1/10. I think that should be good. Lower my ISO back to 100. And we have our f-stop at f4.5. So we do that single shot. And let's see how these are coming out. Okay. Some of them are coming out kind of blurry. So what we're gonna do, what I completely forgot, is we're gonna put a timer on this. It's a simple 2-second timer. So then that way here, normally with these types of photos, especially when you're trying to go for long exposure, it's best recommended if you were to include or shoot in the timer, because while you're pressing the shutter button, you can still move around the camera. So leaving it be, having a timer can kind of eliminate that worry. And more often than not, as I'm seeing it here, your photos will come out more focused mostly all the time. So that's what we got so far with the first photo. Again, nothing too crazy for this one. It's kind of simple. Again, like I've stated yesterday, or not yesterday, but in last video, it's going to be primarily focusing on landscape since we're here in my backyard. But I'm going to try to find another photo spot that we can capture and see what else, or I'm going to try to hope and see if there's something else we can find, but that shouldn't be too much of a hassle. So we'll go ahead and we'll see what else we can capture. So as I'm shooting, or as I'm capturing these photo scenes that I got going on here, I guess I think I talked about it a little bit briefly in the last video, but I think one of my goals, especially if I'm gonna be here in my backyard for a good period, or for a grand majority of these POV shots, as far as for right now, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if I become in some way, shape, or form like a different, I guess, photographer. And I guess to explain that, I talked about it a little bit yesterday, that maybe if I, instead of worrying about, you know, what I got going on here, right? Instead of worrying about that, maybe if I were to focus on like the little details that I got going on, just everyday things that, you know, may seem not as important or not as interesting for the average person, maybe in some way, shape, or form making that also part of my photos that I'm capturing in these POV style videos. Maybe that's also something I gotta worry about. But as I'm here, I see this nice little photo spot that we got, or this nice little sunlight, or this beam of light that we got going on here at the log. I could capture that. You know what? If I don't find anything else, then we might actually capture that. But maybe what I might focus on now is, for the past couple of photos that I've done, not just with this one but also including the last video, I've been primarily focusing on this creek right over here. This kind of stream going on. It goes all along my backyard. But maybe if I were to do, I don't know, like a nice landscape photo that I got here. Maybe if I were to find a nice spot. So right now, after some time exploring, I got something here. It's kind of relatively close to the other photo spot that I was talking about before making the cut. Just, I don't know, as I was walking over here, or walking back into this area that I already came from, just the way how, and I think I know I stated that I wasn't gonna shoot any more of this creek, but at the same time I kind of like how this creek looks, at least in my opinion, how it looks right now. So my plan is we're not gonna get, I guess, that dreamy look with the water. It's just gonna be a simple portrait, or not a portrait, but a landscape. Just a simple landscape, nothing too exciting for this photo. Again, kind of keep it simple, nothing to really worry about, although we are facing a little bit of some lighting conditions here. I think if we have a good balance between shutter speed, f-stop, and then at last, if needed, then hell, even ISO, because I tend to not raise up my ISO for really any reason. But let's just test out and see with the 1/6 photo, again with the timer, so my hands don't get shaky when the photo's taking place. So, and right now with this photo, we're implementing a little bit of a foreground with the leaves here, so that's also a nice little foreground we got going on. Maybe if we were to move it a little, I think a little bit more towards to where the leaves are, I think that would add good to it. So I think from the photos I've taken so far, tag sharp, I like what I'm seeing. So that's a good second photo we got so far. So what I'm gonna do right now, although I need to really debate and really think about it, I'm gonna go probably up this hill and come down, or and go up to where, I guess, that the little place that I talked about beforehand. I'm gonna see if I can find any angles or really anything from up there that would be interesting to shoot kind of below, since we're kind of in the downhill area. So I'm gonna take a look on that, but if I can't find anything else, then we'll just keep on moving forward and we'll see what happens. But I think so far, I think we got some pretty good photos, but I'll really only find out once I'm editing them. But I think, just from what my camera's showing me, I think we got some good photos. But let's move on to the next scene. So I'm doing something kind of risky here, and I pray to God that it doesn't go bad, but I right now have my camera with me. Since I have, I guess, a quick release system, it's kind of held on pretty good to the tripod. But again, just because it's held on good, it doesn't mean I need to not look to where, or not look where I'm going. So I need to be real careful with that. Right now I'm just currently going up this hill, like I stated beforehand. And I guess the last thing, because I don't know if this is gonna be the last photo shoot for the video, at least, but if that is the case, I think the last thing I definitely want to inform you guys is, and I was thinking about this as I'm recording this last night while I was trying to edit the day 45 video, but the way how this workflow, or the way how now my workflow is gonna be, again, if I really want to do these POV style videos, which again I've stated I do, I've had intentions on doing it since even before the journey started. So, whew, man, let me just hold on to my breath for a sec. But like what I'm trying to say is, the issue with these POV style videos is, number one, it's taken a little bit more time to make these videos, just on the fact that I gotta come out here and take roughly, whether that's 20, 30, hell, maybe even 40 minutes recording, or trying to locate a good photo scene for these photos that I'm including in this video. But not only that, it's mostly on the software, the editing process, that the way how I have to reframe every single clip that I have in this video. And then on top, editing, I'm not so much worried about editing the photos, because I'm sure I can do that relatively quickly. Again, you guys have seen for 44 videos now how I kind of edit my photos. I'll kind of not so much wing it, but in a way speed run it. I'm not too worried about that. I'm worried on the fact that the way how I have to reframe all my footage afterwards and export and processing, whatever the case may be, the way how it's turning out to be, if I want to continue doing these POV style videos, which again I had full intentions on doing even before when the journey started, I probably am not going to be able to daily upload this part of the journey anymore. Because back then it was kind of simple. Set up my camera, 20 minutes recording, with the screen recording, and then just combine all footage in Final Cut Pro. In this case, I gotta reframe all the clips that I capture, edit the photos I've done, and then on top of that, combine all of that into one video. And then during that time, we gotta think about rendering, we gotta think about processing, exporting, and then for YouTube, uploading, right? So, as unfortunate as it may be, the daily uploading little series that I had, it really started ever since, I think, if I recall, day 10 moving forward. That might come to an end, unfortunately, if I want to continue doing these style of videos. Alright, I hope the footage is pretty good, because I kind of have it slanted here. So right now what I kind of got is just a little, again, another landscape photo here, but what I kind of want to prioritize is get a little bit of the trees in the background. I kind of got my tripod nice and balanced, or at least to the best of my ability, because I know here the terrain is not the most ideal, but we can work with what we got. So right now, I'm trying to see if there's a nice little area that I want to capture, and probably the way how it's looking like, I'm probably gonna have to fix this, you know, after in the process of editing, right? Because it's kind of slanted, so it's not much I can do here. So maybe we just include a little bit of the downhill and include just the trees. Again, just a simple normal landscape. I think that should work out good. I'm just testing out the polarizer to see if there's anything else that, if there's any difference. But what I'm probably gonna do is, you know, I'll just fix it in post. It don't matter. So I'm gonna get a nice photo of the trees here. And I guess something I also haven't done is, again, talked about the lens that I'm using. So again, the Sony a6400, you guys already know about that, but yet again, we're relying on the 30mm f1.4 from Sigma, because I guess this is kind of like my go-to lens in a way, although and to be fair, I could be using the 18-50mm for more versatile shots. But I like the Sony millimeter. I like the Sony, not the Sony, but the 30mm, just for its kind of look and distortion for the images. That's just personally me speaking. So maybe if we get a couple more shots here, we should be good. And maybe after that, either we call it quits or we head on to the next scene. We got some good photos there. Just like to always check ahead and see through the preview how they came out. Although they're slanted, I'm sure after in the editing process. I'm sure I'll be able to fix it, but let's head on, or we'll see if there's any more other photo scenes, and if not, well, then that's just gonna call it the end for, I guess, will be considered day 46, but we'll see what happens. So after some time looking around and seeing what I can find, I didn't record it because I wanted to see if there was first anything else that I wanted to include in this video, or I was just gonna call it quits. But right now, all I just see, I kind of need to be a little bit quiet because I'm kind of in the region of where backyards are of nearby houses. But there's just a simple rusty chair up ahead leaning on a tree. I don't know where in the hell that chair came from. All we're just gonna do for the last photo of this video is just simply take a photo of it, and that is it. Nothing too special about it. I'm sure with some nice effects, mostly maybe a vignette effect, and maybe raising up the temperature, maybe putting it towards more of the warmer side. Maybe we might get something. So in this case, since we're not going to be prioritizing our shutter speed, I'm going to lower it down to F, not to F, I'm sorry, but the shutter speed 1/100, the normal. And then to kind of gain back a little bit of light, I'm going to put it at f1.8, and then just barely raise up the ISO just to 400. What I'm going to do also as well is level the photo, because we're kind of at a angle. Level it. And just focus for the chair. And maybe even if we take this off of my tripod, and maybe we even get some closer shots. Alright, so that should be enough photos for this one little rusty chair. And believe it or not, as I see it, that is gonna be it. I would say another successful video, to say the least. We got some pretty decent photos. Again, it's probably gonna be recurrent photos that you guys may be seeing from time to time with these POV style videos. Again, since I'm just not able to have the time during work to go out, spend roughly 30 to 40 minutes, because that's how long I'm taking just to record this video. 30-40 minutes to go out and shoot POV style videos, although I would love to do that. At the moment, I just simply can't, just with my work schedule. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed all the photos that we've included in the video for today, and I hope you guys don't get too bored of those photos, because that's what you're gonna primarily see in these POV style videos, at least and hopefully for right now, right? I hope you guys do enjoy this style of or at least enjoy me branching out and attempting something new with this journey. I know I've stated that I've been doing kind of the same thing for the past 44 videos now, and I just wanted to do something different so that you guys can also be a little bit excited as to what's for the next video, right? I know beforehand with the sit-throughs and the sit-downs with the editing process, I'm sure for some that enjoyed it, but I'm sure the grand majority could have preferred something else, which is why I'm doing this right now. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this new style of videos. I'm gonna definitely try my best to upload as often as I can, but like I stated, I don't think daily uploading is gonna be possible now with this style of video, but I'll try my best. Other than that, that's all I gotta say for today. I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.